But for children, their vacation's not even remotely based off of that. They're not gonna remember that. What they remember is the memories and the way that you felt when you were there with your parents. Disney used to have a plan, and you don't even realize that you were 100% on the path of the plan. So Disney had a thing called Disney University and this marketing plan, and I was able to attend some
Yeah,
things like
I
that.
remember that.
And their original plan is they wanted people to visit Disneyland 4 times in their lifetime. And the first time was when they were a child, going with their parents. The second time they wanted you to go is when you're in college, and they knew at that point that you were their least profitable. That was when you were not gonna spend money on too many souvenirs, you're not gonna be buying food, you'd buy a ticket to get in the park, but that's really all you're gonna do. And they knew that. But that was in preparation because they wanted you to come back when you were a parent. Now that you got children, they want you coming back again, bringing your children. But the main goal is back then is they wanted you to come back again when you were a grandparent because they knew if you came back when you're a grandparent, you were going to basically buy everything that wasn't nailed down for your grandkids. You want that, you want that, because everything you didn't get, they were prepping your whole life, having commercials, movies, and shows. There's this four touch plan. Now they've kind of moved away from that 'cause they know that we're going a lot more than 4 times in a lifetime, but you were like you did that, like, in college, and they knew exactly what going along the lines of what you were saying there. So, yeah, you're right on the plan there. But we were talking about, like, going with parents to Disneyland. One of the things I always talk with parents about is it's hard because 'cause you're spending money, and when you're a parent and going on vacation, time is your money. So you want to ride as many rides as you can. You want to see all the fireworks and all the parades because you feel like the more you see and the more experience, then you're getting more for your money. But for children, their vacation's not even remotely based off of that. They're not gonna remember that. What they remember is the memories and the way that you felt when you were there with your parents. So I talk to parents all the time. I said, if you don't get all the parades in, that's okay. If you don't get to ride all the rides, that's okay because your kids are going to remember how they felt when you were with them. And so, and there's this reminds me. I used to teach courses on, we do like talk about effective communications and sales tactics. But Maya Angelou, she had this saying, which goes, "You might not remember a person's name, but you'll remember the way they made you feel." And I'd talk to, like, my other sales colleagues, like, I always ask them, like, "Did you ever have a favorite teacher?" And that people always did, had a favorite teacher, and they remember how they felt safe and how that teacher made them feel smart. It's the way they made them feel. And when we go to Disney with our kids, it's not all the rides. Like, if you ride, did I ride 16 rides or 18 rides? It's, did I have fun with dad or did I have fun with mom? We had so much fun. We went back to swim with the hotel and we swam and we had so much fun. And you just remember all those great memories. And that's really the magic of Disney.
It is. It's one of the things that they're very deliberate about, and it
Yeah,
all stems from Walt Disney himself. That it's
100%.
he wants to make people feel. He
Yeah.
wants to give them an experience and a
Yes.
memory, and I love that. In fact, this is something fun that I did. So this book right here, it's called The Experience. Have you ever read that?
No.
So it's about Disney and kind of the Disney way
Okay. Yeah.
and how they're very intentional about creating an experience for
Hmm.
people because of exactly that. They remember how they feel.
Yeah.
And so I had my team here at work. We read that book together,
Yeah.
and then I took them all to Disneyland.
That's awesome. That's
Like,
awesome.
we're going to Disneyland. We flew
Yeah.
them all down there, and we went to Disneyland. And I said, let's just go have a ton of fun.
Yeah.
After talking about that, and then said, in my professional life, we're not an amusement park,
Yeah.
but we interact with people. And I said, okay, well, what principles can we take and apply? Because people do interact with us constantly, and they will remember how they feel.
Yeah.
So
100%.
what can we do to help that?
Yeah, and this is a little bit off of the Disney, but when I was in my professional realm, I talked about it being the delighted customer. So if you put a scale from 1 to 10, right? And 10 is like they love what you did. They love what you did, your customer, and the 9 is really good. Then you got like 7s and 8s are like they're like, "Yeah, this is great." And then 6 and below is your negatives, right? And I would work with companies and say, "You 9s and 10s are all you care about." If and people are like, "Well, this client gave us a 8." They said, I said, "8 is a failure." Because when you have a person that gives you an 8, that means they can be dissuaded and they'll go to another your competitor. A competitor offers a better price or better experience or a new cell phone or something cool, they can still be dissuaded. But when you have a client who's dedicated at 9 or 10, called these delighted clients, they are loyal and they're gonna stay with you. And that's what Disney has created, these loyal clients and customers because they give us those special touches. They're always trying to delight us and take us to the higher level. And that's something that people love those experiences.